Here's a look at some review problems from 8.2. X plus 3 times x plus 5. Here's another way of looking at it. If I did x times x, we think of this as being area, I would get x squared. X times 5, where this is the x and this is the 5, or the other way around, I get 5x. Here's x, here's 3, I get 3x, and 5 times 3, the area of that box would be 15. And now adding them together, I just have to add diagonally. Please pause the video while the students finish 2, 3, and 4. Here are the solutions. Now, while you're checking your answers, I want to tell you that you don't have to use this way to solve the problem. You can use the way that we talked about in 8.2. Pause the video if they need more time. Try these warm-ups. Please pause the video while the students work. Here are the solutions. (8.3) Multiplying by binomials. Today we're going to define expressions, terms, factors, and coefficients, multiply polynomials, and then apply the definition of polynomials to explain why multiplying two polynomials always produces a product. So we're going to be using distributive property today, and there are two shortcut methods. One is the table method, which I just kind of showed you at the beginning, and the other one is the FOIL. So let me show you FOIL. If I take the 2x, I have to multiply it here and here. So I get 2x times that chunk, and then I'll do 4x times the chunk. So when I multiply that red 2x through, I get 6x squared minus 7x, which makes minus 14x. When I distribute the 4 through, I get 12x minus 28. And then I have to combine like terms, and that's where my negative 2 comes from. So let's try one of these together. So first of all, we're going to do x times the chunk. So that's 4x squared plus 3x. And then I'm going to do the negative 6 times the chunk. And that gives me negative 24x minus 18. And now I have some like terms to combine. So I leave the 4x squared alone. Minus 21x simplifies, minus 18. And nothing else can be simplified, so this is our best answer. Let's try the table method. 4x times x would be 4x squared. 4x times negative 3 gives us negative 12x. X times negative 5 gives me negative 5x, and I get a positive 15. So this is using the area model, where we think of the area of this as being 4x, the area of this as being x. So if I multiply, that gives me the area of the box. So the area of the whole thing would be 4x squared minus 17x plus 15. And this method works for multiplying any size polynomial. You just have to change the size of your box. It's not always going to be a 2 by 2 box. Let's try another one. So let's put the 3x plus 1 down here, and then we'll put the x plus 4 up here. And it doesn't matter. I could put the 3x plus 1 on top and switch them around. So I get 3x squared plus 12x, x times 1, 4 times 1. And then I add like terms, and there's my solution. Try these two problems using any method you want. There is a box down here provided. If you want two boxes, you'll have to redraw them. Please pause the video while the students work. So using the distributive property, if I distribute the blue, here's what I get. 2x squared minus 3x. And now if I distribute the red, I get negative 4x plus 6. Combine like terms, and I get 2x squared minus 7x plus 6. So let me practice using the table model. So I get negative 8x squared plus 10x plus 3. On the next slide, we talk about what FOILing means. FOIL is an acronym that will help us remember the pairs of terms that must be multiplied. So first, outside, inside, last. So it's the same thing as distributing, but it's trying to help you remember. So first would be the first two terms. Outside would be the outside terms, and then these two are the inside, and then the last two are the negative 3 and the 1. So it's the exact same thing as what we were doing. Distribute the 5x to both terms, distribute the negative 3 to both terms. So let's try the FOIL method. So first would be that, and we get 3x squared. Outside would be those two, and I get 6x. Inside is negative 4x, and last would be negative 8. Simplify. And this would be using the FOIL method. So please pause the video while the students try these 3 problems. The last one is the only new type of problem where we don't have a first, outside, inside, last. So I distribute the red, and I get this red piece. I distribute the purple, and I get those 3 terms. And then I just find my matches, and I simplify. Let's try another one of those. So let me help you get started. I'll do the first term with you. So we're going to multiply by the x and the negative 2. So I get 2x cubed minus 4x squared. And now why don't you finish the problem by multiplying the red by the 2 terms and the green by the 2 terms. Please pause the video. So here's what we get. Finding our matches, I get 2x cubed minus 7x squared plus 7x minus 2. Why don't you try the 3 problems on this slide? Here are the solutions. Number 1, negative 2y cubed minus 4y squared plus y plus 2. Number 2, 8h squared plus 10h minus 3. Number 3, 2x cubed minus 7x squared plus 10x minus 8. This concludes the 8.3 algebra note.